NFTs are down more than 90% from their all-time high. And if you are smart money, you probably want to sell those NFTs right now in order to claim the tax loss rather than waiting. But most people are going to make two huge mistakes. Number one, they're going to wait until the very last week of December to sell their NFTs. A very big mistake. And number two, there are those, including maybe you, that have NFTs that are worthless. You can't actually sell them. And if you can't officially sell them on paper, well, you can't claim the tax loss. But don't worry, I have the exact tool to solve your problems. So first up, in order to claim a tax loss on a capital gain, it needs to be sold in the same tax year. So in this case, it needs to be sold in 2022, before January 1st, 2023. And when it comes to capital gains, here are some assets that are considered capital assets: stocks, bonds, jewelry, crypto, including NFTs, homes, vehicles, collectibles, timber, and fine artworks. So if you hold any of these items at a loss and you want to claim the tax loss, it needs to be sold before January 1st, 2023. But a big mistake that many people with NFTs will make is waiting until the last week. The problem is that NFTs are not liquid. There's not always a buyer and a seller. Whereas with crypto or stocks, there usually is a buyer or seller. For example, someone can wait until the very last day, December 31st at 11:59 p.m. and sell their crypto, and the sale will probably go through. Whereas with an NFT, you can list it today in the middle of December and it may never sell. And for example, if we look at MFers, this is one of the more liquid NFT collections. The last sale was 1 hour ago, and then 8 hours ago, and then 9 hours ago. This is not very liquid. And the funny thing is, this is considered one of the more liquid NFT collections. But what if we look at a project such as Hate Prime, which was very popular in the past? A lot of people are down a lot of money with this project. The last sale, 13 minutes, but then after that, 10 hours ago, 15 hours ago, 17 hours ago. So you can see, even with the popular NFT collections, you can list it for sale and it can take 1 hour to sell, 20 hours to sell, or it may never sell. So if you have NFTs at a loss, but they still have some value and you want to sell it, you probably want to list it right now. And some tips: in a bear market, the easiest NFTs to sell are those at the floor price or those that are the rarest in the collection. During a bull market, we may pay extra for an NFT with a certain trait, but during a bear market, no one really cares. They want a floor NFT or the most rare. Everything in between, they don't really care paying a premium for. And if this is your first year doing taxes for crypto and NFTs, I know it's very confusing at first, but it's very easy to do. I myself use CoinLedger. This is the only tax software I've ever used for crypto, and now I use it for NFTs. Since I got started in 2017, it used to be called cryptotrader.tax. Now it's called CoinLedger, and it's very easy to use it. I simply plug in my crypto exchanges, I put in my NFT wallet address, and then it does all the work for me. So it's very simple. If you need a crypto tax software for this year, I do have a link down below for CoinLedger with a 10% discount. Now, moving on to NFTs that are worthless, that no one can buy. So let's say you paid $1,000 for an NFT and now it's worth $1. It's going to be very difficult to sell that NFT. And if you don't actually sell it officially on paper, well, you can claim the tax loss. And I'm looking at NFTs right now that are worth fractions of an ETH. No one is going to buy these NFTs. So the tool I'm going to use this year for the very first time, because it didn't really exist last year, is the NFT Tax Loss Harvester by CoinLedger. So this tool allows us to list our NFTs for sale, the worthless NFTs, and they will purchase it for fractions of an Ethereum. So this is not a way to make money. This is a way to sell our NFTs at a loss in order to claim the tax loss. Currently, this is only for Ethereum NFTs also. Is there a fee? No, this is free to use. The only fee that you'll pay are Ethereum transaction fees, which is something to consider. Because if you have a ton of NFTs from different collections, those gas fees are going to add up. So this tool is not for NFTs that you receive for free anyway and now they're worthless, or NFTs you paid $5 or $10 for and now they're worthless. This is for NFTs you paid $100 for, $500 for, thousands of dollars, and now they're worthless. So you'll pay a small fee for that collection, maybe $2, $5. And then from there, you can sell those NFTs at a tax loss. And there's a lot of confusion surrounding NFT taxes. So I'm going to clear it up for you. So let's say you made $10,000 in stocks or $10,000 with crypto. Well, on the opposite end, you lost $5,000 with NFTs. At the end of the year, your total gain is $5,000. So you will be taxed on $5,000 of capital gains. But let's say instead that same year, you didn't make $10,000 in stocks. Instead, you lost $10,000 in stocks and you lost $5,000 with NFTs. At the end of the year, your total loss is $15,000. So within the same year, capital gains and capital losses offset each other. But what if you only lost in 2022? You lost in crypto, you lost with stocks, you lost with NFTs, and you only have this $15,000 loss. Well, most people believe you just take this money and you can write it off against your income, but there is a limit. If you have capital losses with no capital gains to offset, you will be able to carry over $3,000 per year on your income. So let's say in this case, we lost $15,000 on the year. We have no capital gains. And then in that same year, 2022, our income was $100,000. So we can take this $15,000 capital loss and we can take $3,000 from it and offset it from our income. So for 2022, instead of being taxed on $100,000, we'll be taxed on $97,000. So only $3,000 per year can be added to your income. And then what happens is the rest of those capital losses carry over into the next year. So again, we lost $15,000 in 2022 and we had no capital gains. So we take $3,000 of the $15,000 to offset our income of $100,000, leaving us with a $97,000 income that we're taxed on. And then the remaining capital losses are carried over into the next year, 2023. So in that next year, we are starting off with a negative $12,000 capital loss. And then for 2023, we're going to use those capital losses to either add to more capital losses or offset capital gains. But then in 2023, if we make no money, right, we just continue to lose money while the cycle repeats. We'll take $3,000 of those capital losses, apply them to our income, and then the remainder will carry over. And if this is your first year doing crypto or NFT taxes, you're lucky because there are 3 different ways to do crypto taxes, but you really only get one opportunity to choose the method that is right for you. And that is usually the first time you're doing your taxes. So if you want to know the best method to do your crypto and NFT taxes, go ahead and watch this video right here.